good information. Yes, thank
Okay.
you. Got that. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm really excited. I think we're almost up to about 60 people from District 5000 who have signed up to go to Singapore. I'm not, all of them might not be Rotarians because of partners and stuff, but that's to the paid to actually go to the convention. Then, of course, a lot of people come as partners that don't even bother to pay, to go to the convention. I got one couple that's talking about coming and just coming, So,
Okay.
but this is really exciting. I am excited as we get closer and things are coming together. So we want to make sure, mark your calendars first off, that that on Sunday, the 26th, the opening ceremonies will happen that afternoon time, I think. And then that evening, we have a dinner reservations at the Holiday Inn Atrium, which is within close walking distance of our block rooms there, and for a dinner that night. So the details and the price have yet to be, and I was going to put menus up on the screen, but I've been really predisposed with a jury trial this last 2 weeks. So, which the verdict came out guilty. I'm very, very happy. So anyway, a good day for justice in Hawaii County here. So anyway, but yeah, so we're going to have lots of good stuff is coming up, and I'm hoping that we're looking at trying to make sure that we can come together as a really cohesive district and a team, both to support each other on the entire trip, traveling, getting there. Once we're there traveling, perhaps, I hear their transportation is great, getting to the actual House of Friendship on a regular basis, which is nearby, and to the opening ceremonies and all the big ceremonies, breakout sessions to support each other. So I think we have Yu York Pairing, who is born and raised in Singapore and still goes back and forth, and she's in London. Are you in London right now? Okay.
Sorry, I had to unmute. I am in New Jersey right now. I'll be flying to London on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then Kwai Wai Wong is over in Singapore, and he's part of the host committee. So the Rotary host committee. So he knows a lot more about what's going on the ground there. And then, of course, I've got Naomi here that always helps me through all my learning curve. We'll put it nicely. So anyway, but Kwai, if you wanted to go ahead and start, and I think we're kind of looking at information. We've had a few seminars before talking about, getting there and that, and we're looking to Yoke to help give us updates on some of that. But and then we want to have questions and answers at the end, and we have an idea for Ted's shirt that maybe we could all wear, the new nice wave shirt that he's coming out with. I don't know if he knows that this is an idea, but so
Okay.
Anyway, so if you wanted to get started, and just tell us some about what you think is going on both for the convention, and even my thought was, if I knew something fantastic was happening 4 days before the convention, then I would go early, or if it's 4 days after, I'd stay late to see some of those activities or whatever. Let us know what we want to make sure we don't miss while we're in Singapore, before, during, and after the convention. That would be my number one question. And then any helpful tips, like don't bring chewing gum or something, right? Yeah, I've heard about that. I don't want to go to jail for chewing gum.
No, I think just a little small talk here. I think the chewing gum is not that they will put you in jail, but just that you cannot import chewing gum for sale in Singapore.
Right.
So, but if you want to bring in chewing gum for your own consumption, they won't arrest you for that. Come on.
Okay.
we are not that nasty here. Okay, coming back to, I think I just heard that you have booked something in Holiday Inn.
Yes, we have every year we try and have a big district dinner of all the people from our district to get together, because sometimes we never see each other if we're staying in different hotels. So on Sunday, the 26th, we've got a room reserved to be able to do a dinner for our district folks. And of course, you'll be more than welcome to come with us too. So that would be about 5 o'clock on Sunday evening, the 26th. At the
Okay.
Holiday Inn Atrium. And my understanding is that that is geographically very close to where we're going to be.
Do you know exactly which location it is? Because there are a couple of Holiday Inns in Singapore.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
So, Kwai is, you know, the Grand Cropton Hotel, where it is, Grand Cropton, Singapore, the waterfront.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's
Okay.
at the Havelock Road.
Yes, Havelock Road. So just across the street from the Grand Cropton waterfront is the Holiday Inn Atrium. When
Okay.
I was
It's
there
a
in
nice
Singapore,
place.
yeah, it's a nice place. When I was there in September, I helped to look for places and we secured this place. The lady there in charge of the event of rooms has been very, very cooperative and helpful. So through Nancy's what do you call it, a participation, she was able to secure the function rooms for us.
Okay. How many packs are you looking at from your district?
I'm waiting we're going to put it out pretty soon for people to sign up. We kind of wanted to get through a lot of this initial since we do have time.
Okay.
I've told her possibly 75. I'm hoping to get up to 100. The room could handle that 100. And I have until like about 2 weeks beforehand to give her a final count that we have to pay for. Our cost is going to be about, in the past, we've kept it at $50. That's really not possible over there, American dollars. So it's probably going to be more like $65 to $70, 65 to 70 American dollars, because it's closer to 100 with the beverage, with the basic beverages and with the tip. And then folks can order alcoholic beverages if they would like to.
Well, I hope you guys will have a good time. Now, let me just give a little briefing on the relationship between RI and the HOC.
Okay.
RI Rotary International is the organizer, so they are responsible for the entire program, the Rotary Convention program to be held in Singapore. Now, for the host organizing committee, we are playing the role of a host country. That means we are representing Singapore as a country to welcome the Rotarians, from all over the world into Singapore for these big events. I think we are expecting about 25,000. The stretch target is 35, so you can imagine that having 25,000 Rotarians and friends and partners descending on Singapore. So it's going to be one of the biggest event in a very long time in Singapore, really. Now, having 25 to 30,000 people in Singapore will, of course, put a stress on the hotel booking. So my following up question is whether you have secured all your hotel bookings, because it's going to be a rush. And also for the F&B side, I'm happy to learn that you already kind of booked your place for your fellowship dinner on the 26th. So I think that's a very wise move. So next thing is, of course, the hotels. Where you guys are going to put up, whether you are staying separately or you have collective bookings of hotel rooms. And if you have not done so, I would definitely suggest that move in and get your hotel confirmed.
We have of the 50, almost 60 people, almost all of them have secured their housing so far. We have some new people registering in the last few weeks. So we have 25 rooms in our at that waterfront hotel, and I never pronounce it right, so I need Yoke there. But we've got 25 rooms in our block there, and they are around American money about $260 a night, and it's a beautiful hotel. I've seen a lot of footage of it. And so we're now talking to the HOC head, the housing portion of that does that Naomi, that they have a special name. They've pissed me off a few times. So, but anyway, we're seeing what we could get now because we've got, I see Chester on there and stuff. So we're trying to find out what the room rate's going to be. And we also initially, I was really certain it was either 2 queen beds or 1 king bed. And now we find out that the rooms are either 1 king bed or 2 twin beds. So that's a big shift for a lot of people. So we're making sure everybody's aware of that to see what size rooms they want. Because and then, so we're trying to make sure those 25 that have signed up and paid, that's how many have already paid for 2 nights at $260. So we collected the 520 as our deposit and paid that in. So we're pretty secure there. And a lot of other Rotarians, obviously 25 to 30 other people have gotten housing outside of that, our block rooms. So,
Okay.
but and then we're going to have, I'm hoping that we have, you know, I've got right now, I got 3 newer people that have contacted me very, very recently asking about rooms. So we're trying to find out what that rate's going to be right now. Our understanding, we can keep blocking, taking rooms as long as they're available. And then we have to take the prices in. And we have until sometime in May to change the name. So we have a name down for each room. So if somebody has to cancel, we'll try and find somebody. So we're moving along on that regards though. Yes.
Okay, just make sure that you have a very friendly cancellation policy.
2 nights.
Most of the
nights
hotels, I think they do. Yeah. Just make sure that, you know, sometimes you can never tell that last minute you need to pull out for one reason or another. So make sure you don't lose the money. Yeah. Now, I think there are quite a number of hotels available on the RI website.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're all listed. I think the RI has done a good job in that respect, that they have secured quite a number of hotels, including some of the 5-star hotels. In fact, some of the top range hotel, I mean, the top one would be like MPS, where the House of Friendship will be located. That would probably cost you about $600 or $650 Sing dollars. Yeah, but I think one of the challenging points that I've recently been told is that I'm not too sure whether the hotel, the rates that you are paying would include the breakfast.
It does. This was negotiated through Rotary, and it does include breakfast.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because breakfast can be very expensive here if you choose to pay for just a room and then don't have the breakfast, and then early in the morning you just don't know where to eat, you know, because you're not familiar with the place. And then if you want to go down to the coffee shop for breakfast, I think it can cost you easily 100 Sing dollars for breakfast. And
We're gonna enjoy that
it's
room even
expensive.
more.
I mean, you can go down to McDonald's and pay $15, and then you have your stomach full, you know. So this is a challenge. I think the HOC is trying to see if we can organize some catering for breakfast at some center points. But I think this is still very much into discussion. So I think for us, the HOC is also concerned with the cost issue in Singapore. Singapore is not a cheap place, but I think if one know how to get around, you can really get some good value for money. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So let me come back to what are the things that the host organizing committee is organizing. One of them is what we call the host hospitality night. Has anyone been to our website now? To the RI website. There you can see. Have anyone seen it?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And I see
So-
that host hospitality is up now.
Yeah. So I think the registration has already started, and we will probably no, it's not probably. I think it's confirmed that we will have different sites. We are probably limiting the participation to not more than 3,000. So there will be a big rush. In fact, I've just got a WhatsApp message from the organizing committee that the registration is really picking up now for the host hospitality event. So the host hospitality event would be decentralized. some of the interesting places, iconic places, has been booked, and the host for the hospitality night is done by not the HOC but by the Rotary clubs in Singapore as a host. So we'll be organizing events, dinners, sit-down dinners with some entertainments, to host Rotarians who are interested to join the host hospitality event. Now, this is also an opportunity for the for the like your district. If you want to have everybody into one spot for that host hospitality night, then you can do it. That means collectively, if you, let's say now you choose a spot, let's say venue A, and then you can inform all your district guys, okay, everybody sign up for the host hospitality event to be held on the date and the time which is listed on the website, and then you can just have a fun for the evening, and you have a chance to meet with other Rotarians from other districts from all over the world. Each venue, I think we are also limiting the number of participants to not more between 250 to 300, depend really on the size of the venue. So there's one attraction that we are doing.
Okay.
Oh, the other attraction, like what Nancy said, that you don't know whether to go there 4 days earlier or you want to stay back, another 4 days after the event. That is what we call the pre and the post tours, which is really on the website. If you look at the tours, I think we are also getting organizing or rather getting the tour operators to curate a program which is suitable for Rotarians because of the time limitation. So we are talking about 5 days before and then 5 days after. But during the convention, I don't think that any tours will be organized, because they also do not want to disturb, taking people away from the convention, which is the primary purpose of you guys going there. So take a look at the website. There are interesting places like local tours in Singapore. So if you come a day or two earlier and then you want to tour some of the tourist spots, there are tours curated just for that purpose. It can be an hour, 2 hours, plus a lunch or plus a dinner inside. Yeah. So we are still signing on a lot of the other operators who are keen to let's say open this to all the Rotarians. Now, aside from Singapore, of course, we are covering Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, East Malaysia. So a number of countries around the region. I think the furthest one is in India, which is also on the website. So if one, instead of coming to Singapore first, they might drop into India, one of the attraction in India, and then before that convention, then come back, or they can choose to do it after the convention period. Yeah. So that's another one. Now for the signature events, which is primarily the responsibility of Rotary International, that we don't have any details yet. That is under the control of RI. Now, but one of the event that I know of, because we help to connect RI to this group, and this group is an orchestra. I don't know whether any one of you heard this orchestra before. It's called the Teng Ensemble. I will send the link to you, York. I think you can see whether the music is really a fusion music between the East and the West, and it's an evening program held at the Singapore Cultural Center. And I think the tickets are not expensive. I think you're talking about 20 to 30 Sing dollars per ticket.
Wow.
And then you can get a very good enjoyment for the evening. I know of this orchestra personally, so I also know some of the musicians inside. So there's something that I will think that you can really put it on your of the list of places that you want to participate. Now, transportation. Where most of you will be staying will be at the Havelock Road, which is really at the center point, which is not too far from both the venues. There are two venues. One is the National Stadium, where the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony will be held. The House of Friendship will be at Marina Bay Convention Center. At the basement, at the ground level, I think it's a casino. So those who want to test your luck, you can do that as well at the casino. Transportation is I would not say it's a big issue, but it could be an issue because of, I think during the month of May, it tends to be a bit humid in Singapore. So you get an average temperature of about 30, 31, and sometimes it go up to 34. So it can be very, very uncomfortable, especially for people who are coming from temperate countries where the humidity is low. And it will be uncomfortable to walk if you want to go to the opening ceremony with a full jacket, then it will be a trouble. But I think there are direct train, MRT trains, straight to the National Stadium and to also the Marina Bay. I think where you guys are staying, I think the nearest station will probably be either Outram Station or Chinatown Station. So in between, there's quite a bit of distance to go to the train station between these 2 points. Yeah. So of course you can jump onto a taxi or call a Grab or whatever you call it, whatever e-hailing application you have. But I think the best is to download when you guys are in Singapore, download the apps for the Gojek or Grabs. I think I can send the link to you, Yu, if you want to. Yeah, I send you the two apps that would be suitable. Uber is not in Singapore.
No, Uber is not, but Grab is and Gojek.
Okay. Grab and Gojek, yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think Kwai, have you been to the new Havelock station? MRT station?
Havelock. No.
Yeah, I went, and it's
Okay.
beautiful. It is, I think, the newest one of the newest station that's recently opened, and it's just smack right very near the hotel. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, and I did a video. I took pictures, and I'll show to the group maybe at another time. But it's so convenient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice to hear. I think
Yeah.
it's just recently opened Havelock Road. Okay, I will find out. I will
Yeah,
find
go
out.
check it out. It's beautiful. It's just going to the National Stadium would be more of an issue, like you said. I didn't get a chance to go to the National Stadium and do a walkthrough from the MRT to the station, but I would imagine it's a little walk to the National Stadium from the MRT station. The MRT station would be called Stadium. But it doesn't, I don't think it stops right in front of the stadium. You have a little walk.
Oh, there's a bit of walk, yes.
Yeah, so people, like you said, I would recommend, Gojek or Grab if they don't want to
Yeah.
walk because of the humidity.
Because of humidity, yes. And also for some of those with a bit of a mobility issue. So I think the best is be comfortable. Otherwise you won't enjoy the when you are at the MBS. Yeah.
We have one question from Benson. Benson, you still have your
Please.
question?
Yeah, sure. So I wanted to know if you knew the details about how we use our badge, basically our convention badge, and apparently we're able to use that to get transportation on the MRT. Do you know that's gonna work, or are we gonna be issued like a separate MRT card that we use to move around on the MRT? Do you know the details of that?
I don't know the details, but you know, the whole the whole the entire team for the Rotary Convention was in Singapore mid-November, and then we did talk about this subject. So
Okay.
the intention is to give everybody a MRT card. That means anybody who registered for the convention will get an MRT card. I think with the
Okay.
with the stock. I don't know exactly the stock value in the card. So that card you can use it on the train, or you can use it on the bus, for buses.
Great. Thank you.
If you
That's great.
top it up, you can just go to some ATM, and then you can just top up the card.
Yeah.
Or you
Yeah,
get some hotels to help you with that. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask one more question while I have the floor. So, what about cell phone coverage? So, are we able to take our own cell phones in there without? Because it looked like in some videos that I watched that you have to buy a cell phone card to be able to utilize your cell phone in Singapore, or will our regular cell phones, like I have Verizon, will that just work in Singapore?
No, I think you don't need a separate card.
Okay.
You don't need a separate card. I think if you from Hawaii, I'm sure that your telco provider will probably be able to sell you a plan where you can use a certain amount of gigs, for certain days at a fixed value. So you can do your roaming, you can do your WhatsApp messages, you can even surf the web. So unless your phone, is a very old model, but I think most of the current phones are quite easy to connect if you apply through your provider package.
Yeah, I want to try.
You
Yeah,
can also
Great.
use another card. You can also use a
Yeah.
card, easily available as well. So many options.
I agree. Benson, when I was in Singapore, because I'm with T-Mobile, and I bought their international plan.
Mm.
And it's like $50 a month to make sure that I have the coverage and the bandwidth. Because a lot of places you go, like restaurants, if you stay on for 5 days after or before the convention, restaurants ask you to scan the QR code for the menus. And a lot of them are gravitating to that. So I learned from my previous trip that I needed one. So the
Yeah.
international plan helped quite a bit.
So did you did you purchase that before you went? Then you bought that in Hawaii and then you went.
Yeah, I went to
Okay.
T-Mobile and signed up for the plan, and
Very good.
yeah, it's very easy.
Okay.
And
Very
some
good.
of the
Thank you.
plans are not
Good
just some of the plans are not just specifically for Singapore. I think $50 maybe you get the whole coverage of Asia,
Oh, international is wherever.
international. Okay.
Yeah,
So everywhere you go.
yeah.
Yeah. Now datas are cheap. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in Australia, and then I was in Australia, and I got 4 gigs
Oh,
for 30 Sing.
that's good.
Yeah.
Some people use SIM cards. Like my kids, when they went to Singapore, I don't know what they did to their phone. I'm not up to speed with those things. I just stuck to going to my provider, tell them what I need, and they gave me what I needed.
Okay.
And that's it.
I
Correct.
think you need to do that
Correct.
both for your phone, and if you're bringing your computer to be able to go on the internet for your computer to do office work like me, you need to make sure that's set up too, so that your link is going to be able to handle international also when you're there.
Oh, I think the hotel will probably, you have
Yes.
free access to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
MBS is for sure. National Stadium
and-
is for sure.
Yeah, and it was in in Australia, I could go on because I didn't plan ahead of time in the hotel on their connection, as well as the House of Friendship. As long as I was inside the House of Friendship, I could use my hotspot and my phone to get into everything. But if I exited there, I couldn't get into anything because I didn't plan ahead. So plan ahead, plus be ready. So.
Yep.
Okay.
So as far as your daily wear, what to wear, and I don't think that you need to really dress up for any of the occasion, because down in Melbourne, when they have the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony, I think the encouragement for people is really, be free and easy. But of course, no flip-flops. You just go in your t-shirt, your Rotary t-shirt with a blazer, or So given the weather in Singapore, so I think dress easy, comfortable, and easy to wash, easy to dry.
Okay. Although if you're signing up for any of the foundation dinners or something, they will give you, if there's going to be more formal, they will have that on there, that the dress code is semi-formal or something, or so look for that if you sign up, if anybody's signing up for or being honored to be able to attend any of those. So, but
Yeah.
otherwise casual and comfortable and humid, so dress lightly.
Yeah, I think of course the AKS dinner is the very, very formal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what else can I share with you guys now? We will have a lot of the HOC is recruiting about 1,200 volunteers.
Wow.
It's a lot, and they will be stationed around the airports, the train station, the bus stations, to assist everybody who needs help.
Now, would you be looking at if someone from our district wanted to come be a volunteer? Is that something, or you're looking at people from Singapore to be your volunteers because they're going to give directions?
Then you can register with us. It's
Okay.
on the HOC website
Okay.
for volunteers. But mind you, I think the HOC volunteers, most of them are students,
Okay.
university students, Rotaractors, and
Good.
the access into the convention facilities is only on the outside. They can't go inside.
Yeah. Okay.
But unless let's say one of you guys want to volunteer for the HOC, you are most welcome, because if you are paid Rotarian already, you can go anywhere as a volunteer. But the duties is limited to within the House of Friendship, maybe also at the host hospitality event, and the transportation hub like the airport, and the train station, MRT station, and some of the major hotels. Yeah. So
Okay.
their job scope is mainly to help everyone. Let's say somebody comes in and then want to download an app and needs help. So all these will be provided at the airport.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
So otherwise, all the other volunteers, let's say if let's say you, Nancy, you want to volunteer for the House of Friends, volunteer for the general sessions,
Uh-huh.
or to be an usher at the main event, then you have to register as a volunteer for Rotary International.
Okay. Okay. So we look at our international site.
They have it on the website.
Yeah.
They have it on the website. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah. Well, you don't want to ask me for directions, that's for sure. Get those young students there. Okay.
Yeah, that would not be appropriate.
Yeah. Yoke, you want to give us any updates based on things you might have thought about? I know in the past you've done a lot with the little bit with the travel, because I'm starting to want to get ready to get my reservations in for my plane fare, and that matters on I'm going to go early if I'm going to go to another nearby country, if the week before or something. I'm trying to finalize those details, and and then figure out when to come and go. So that is, I think everybody's somewhat in that spot right now.
Nancy, sorry.
Yes.
Since we've got Kwai on the spotlight.
Yes.
Can we finish up any other insights he has on the HOC side? Are there any other events that you're going to be putting up on the website? Are there concerts or events? More events?
Yes, there's being considered. I think but like I said, the signature events is in the hands of RI, Rotary International. So we don't have any input other than just recommending them, to team up with this, for the events, which I just mentioned about this orchestra, Teng Ensemble. But otherwise, it's in the hands of RI, Rotary International. So I hope that by early January or February, they would have to put up the signature events, which is which is a main event, for visiting Rotarians other than attending general sessions and opening and closing ceremonies. And also the pre and post show is also very important. So we have attached a lot of importance on providing this.
Okay, we've got a couple of questions from the chat room, and they're really some good ones here, and a lot of information. So folks, before you leave, we'll leave this up for a while. You can read it all too. What is the protocol for tipping at restaurants or at the, if you take a Grab car or what have you, what would be the protocol for tipping in Singapore?
Singapore, you don't need to tip unless you are so happy that you can just tip an extra. Don't go above board. I think let's say you go into a restaurant, the tips is really charged at 10%.
Okay.
That's a service charge. But if somebody done a very good job, you can just give them another $10 or $20.
Okay.
That's all. There's no obligation to tip in Singapore. And same with the taxis.
Okay.
So any taxi that you take on, you don't have to give them another $10.
Okay.
So most of the time, if I take a taxi, if the bill is $15.50, I give them $20, and I say, okay, keep the change. So you don't want to have the 50 cents in your pocket. That's it. That's about it. So there's no need to tip them anymore. I'm just reading the question now.
Well, one that's they don't see yet is, where's the best place to get exchanged if I bring in my American cash and I want to go ahead and exchange it? Would that be at the airport is one of the better places, like when we went to Fiji, or is there banks that we should go to?
Airport is not a good place to change.
Okay.
And the same with the hotel. They tend to be more expensive. So you can either change it at home straight away, or you can also choose, but that will be a bit of walking and finding the place to change. That will be in Chinatown Point.
Okay.
Yeah. And some of the shopping areas, most of them would have money changer there.
Okay.
Yeah, and most of the places take credit cards.
Yes.
So your credit cards will suffice. But if you do need some short change, and you're in a bind for the early part of your stay, maybe you can check out the hotel. Most hotels do have currency exchange services, though the rate would be higher than the money exchanges. But if you're not familiar as to where to go, or making sure that you go to a legit money exchange place, then the hotel would be a safe spot.
Okay.
If you want to change $1 million, you'll call me.
Your best bet would probably be to use your own ATM card in an ATM in Singapore. It'll give you Singapore dollars. That's going to get you your best exchange rate.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Host hospitality locations. Okay. Now somebody has Naomi has put up the link already.
Yep. She's so good.
And then using of Grab in Vietnam. I think Grab is in Singapore. Is in Vietnam. Whether I've not been back to Vietnam for nearly 2 years before the COVID. So
yeah,
I think they probably use credit card.
Yeah.
In Vietnam for
Conrad,
taxis.
you were just there, so they'll take credit cards, or they prefer you to get cash if you go.
In Vietnam, they don't have the credit card option in Grab.
Okay.
So we have to pay cash. So I just wanted to find out if is that the same process for Singapore?
No, Singapore, unless they do take credit card, but you have to pre-register. That means you register your card first.
Oh,
All right, thank
So
you.
once you make the call, the charge is done automatically when you pick you up. But otherwise, pay cash.
okay. So like Uber, once you're a member of Uber, they just charge you off if you come and go. You don't give them a charge card again. Okay.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
put your card into the app. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we talk about
I'm going to
the
share everybody what's on the Rotary website. So this is talking about transportation. So it's saying that your badge will get you on the mass transit, but these are the other ways. And so Sharon, is your question about how to spell this rideshare service?
Yep.
Okay,
Gojek.
so go to the Rotary International website and it will give you information about transportation and all of this kind of stuff.
But if you go down to the RI website and click on the Singapore and attraction, you can find a lot of information already. So invest a bit of time and then try to read up as much as possible. Singapore is quite an easy place to visit. There's really no protocol. Nothing you should be too worried about.
Okay.
Safest country in the world. You can go home 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the night and walk alone. Nobody will touch you. Seriously.
Good.
Yeah. Hotspot everywhere. Let me see. ATM. Yeah. Yeah, I think Singapore is the 3-pin plug.
Okay. Oh, yes, the plugs. Okay.
But
So,
most of the hotel would have a USB charging point as well.
Do we need an adapter
yes, he was
Better
just sort
bring
of,
one along.
yeah.
specifically for
Show us the
Singapore?
adapter again, will ya?
But is it specifically for Singapore or is it an international adapter?
Only Singapore, unless on the way you go to Indonesia, then Indonesia will have a different adapter. Malaysia is the same as Singapore. Vietnam is different. I think Vietnam is very much American type or the French type. But I think if you get one international one, and some of the hotels have even multiple adapters, charging plugs, So there's not a big issue. Otherwise, you can also, if you really forget to bring one, just go down to the concierge and then they'll provide you one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've had to buy once I've landed, and there are a lot of places you can buy the adapter for that area, and cheaper to buy them actually, I think probably in Singapore with the exchange rate than to buy one in America and take it over there and stuff it in your suitcase. So
Yeah.
okay.
As far as language is concerned, English is the easiest way to get around. There's no problem with English language here. Some of them may be using the Singlish, but it is still understandable. Yeah.
On that Singlish note, I must add, if you folks go to the hawker centers, the local eateries, you may come across very, very localized Singaporeans or foreign workers. And if they speak fast, if they use a lot of Singlish, you might not catch everything. You just ask them, just say, huh? or just
Huh?
huh? What you say? Or just, just say, excuse me, can you say it again? Because it will take a little while to understand the Singlish, certain terms they
Maybe.
use,
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. With the Singlish, it can be fun talking to them. Can la, no ma, yes me. You're
And-
very familiar with that.
We have
Yeah.
our pigeon over here, don't worry.
Now, one of the best place to go to, if you guys are into food, there are very nice food court in Singapore, right? And there's also one down at the waterfront called Lau Pa Sat. New York is probably very familiar with that. And there you have a lot of food. You know, the famous Singapore satay. Is a barbecue meat. Either you get mutton or beef or chicken or pork, whatever it is. And the other one is, of course, some of the very nice and cold, not cold, but a very cool place to eat will be at MBS food court, which is at the basement, right? And there you have a lot of variety of food. You can have Japanese food, you can have local food, you can Indian food, you can have Malay food, anything, Spanish food, whatever you want there.
And it's air conditioned.
It's air conditioned, yes. Most of the food courts are air conditioned. But there's no reservation.
Yeah, when Kwai is saying, when he's referring to food courts are located within shopping centers. And hawker centers are in the heartland of Singapore mostly, or the Lau Pa Sat. They're not air conditioned, but they're well ventilated and have very huge, gigantic fans, and very crowded during the peak hours, during lunch hours. So if you go there during the lunch hours, be prepared to stay in line and, but line up with the local people.
Yep. And if you want to really have some of the very nice Singapore food, there are so many of them that you can try. Like the dim sum. And you can have some very nice Chinese cuisine, and it is not expensive really, but it's only a question of that time, at that period of time. I can bet you, if you want to find some place to eat, be very careful unless you have a reservation. So if you are a separate group, let's say a group of 10 or whatever it is, or even if you have, let's say, 50 people and you want to book 5 tables at a Chinese restaurant, do it early. Chop the place first, like say in Singapore, you can always say that, okay, 3 days before that you cancel. But don't hesitate. Take the place first, book it first, and then talk later. And you can even go to the website and look at some of the menu that they have. And I think the prices are also indicated on the web as well. Very nice food, like one of the nice Chinese restaurant that I would ask you to take a look at is the one at Marina City, downtown, called Peach Blossom, as in peach blossom. There you really get a taste of what dim sum is about, and the restaurant is very nicely decorated. That's one of them. The reason why that, because we took the whole RI team there when they visited.
Oh.
And, there are also other Chinese restaurants, so please visit them. But if you need me to give you some tips, just let me know. I'll be happy to do that for my country.
Yeah. Quite. I was also sharing with them the previous Zoom about the Peranakan, the Nyonya food. Because Peranakan is not something that is easily attainable in Hawaii or even on the mainland USA. And I think it's a very, very good experience for them to try it out. Obviously, there are a lot of restaurants that are, they have a Peranakan food. And like you said, you can Google and look at the ratings and the reviews and make reservations. And one of my favorite Peranakan restaurant is what is that? Oh God, her name escapes me. She has a place at the National Gallery. Violet Ng.
Violet Ng.
Yes. Her food is really outstanding. Unless, of course, there are other places like Candle Nut, that is more in the Orchard Tanglin area, I think. I'm not sure what the area is called, but Violet Ung is really, really good. Yeah, and I can send Naomi and Nancy the link to some
Okay.
of the top of good Peranakan restaurants too.
Yeah.
That's the fruit that smells so bad but tastes so good. Is that the one you?
No, that's durian.
Oh, okay.
That's the fruit. That's the fruit. But the food, Peranakan food is a mixture of different how shall I say
Okay.
it? Cultures.
Malay, Chinese, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you
okay,
spell-
okay. Yes.
Can you
Tend to
spell
be a bit
that?
spicy, though, yeah.
Can you spell that? Peranakan?
Peranakan
chat?
Okay, I'll spell it in the chat.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Okay. Another question, is the water at the hotel safe to drink? And eat fresh vegetables and fruits. Is that a safe thing to do in Singapore at the hotels and are everywhere?
Yes, you can drink straight from the tap.
Okay.
And as far as food is concerned, rest assured, I think Singapore is the toughest law.
Okay.
Everything is checked.
Okay, good.
Fresh vegetables and fruits. You can just feel safer. I think it's very, very safe. Yeah.
Okay. Very
So far,
good.
nobody has died from eating our Singapore vegetables.
Okay, good. Okay, any more helpful hints? We're getting on to 52 minutes, 50 minutes or so here, and wanted to make sure we had plenty of time. Questions, do you folks want to raise your hand? We're trying to catch anything, and it shows she's put in there how to Peranakan food, how to spell that. So we're, like I said, we'll keep the chat open. Water safe. Adapters can order them on Amazon.com. Make sure you order for that location though. And I guess it's been answered. We don't probably need to download a translation app if someone's that interested. Otherwise, just keep saying, huh, what, help. Okay.
How many of you have been to Singapore before? A lot?
Yeah, I know quite a few people have contacted me that they've been, that may have been quite a few years ago. Adrian King sent some photos.
Anybody needs help as far as mobility is concerned? Anybody on the wheelchair or whatever it is?
Not that I know of, but I do know we are going to have some folks that probably really need to take it easy and aren't going to want to walk really far, and maybe have a cane with them to get assistance, especially when it gets to be a long distance. So,
my only advice is don't hesitate to ask. If somebody needs a wheelchair, there are wheelchairs in the hotel. There are wheelchairs at the airport, and some of the shopping centers do provide help as well. So Singapore is quite let me say, the handicap friendly. Yeah.
Okay.
And especially hotels. I think if you need grab bars in the bathroom, floor mat, just ask.
Okay.
Because
Good.
these are some things that people don't pay attention to, And then you go into a hotel, there's no grab bar because when you're of certain age, you need to be very mindful.
Yep.
Yeah. So those just put it on the list to do.
Yeah, and some that's really good information too, because that way there again, it's obviously a culture that's interested in everyone's safety. Also, information at the airport, we can rent a hotspot. So if we don't bring our own that's adapted to there, I can rent a new one there. That's probably better. And ATM cards will work to getting us Singapore dollars. And Rick added in the Gojek website. So we'll try and put some of this together and distribute it to everybody after today's talk. And a lot of this
Mhm.
information is already on Rotary International for the convention. And then like you said, you know,
Right.
too, with the tours before and the different things to see in the city, tours before and after are already out there. And a lot of the activities of what you want to see in the city or things are available on the host committee and on the Rotary International sites already. So we'll make sure we share all of those so you can get to them easy.
And
Okay.
I think when we appointed the tour operators, one of the condition is or not one of the thing, one of the information we provided to the tour operators is that, you know, the profile of Rotarians. So there will be nothing too, you know, too strenuous or too excited, you know, where people will shy away from participating in tours. That means the tour has to be free and easy, catering to, you know, to the elderly Rotarians, and also food
Food's
and
important for
food and language.
two good ones come up. If you're the first time visitor and you only had one place to go, what is the one place you must see in Singapore? Hard.
If you love nature, the bird park,
What was it again? Park?
the bird park,
Bud Park. Okay. Okay, and
which
then
is
what
now,
is
I
the
think,
best shopping
which is
center?
now- best shopping center. I would recommend you to go to Takashimaya.
Oh, Takashimaya.
They have the most expensive stuff, and then they have also catering to the not the most expensive. And of course, next to them is the opposite them will be the Paragon. A lot of good food, good Chinese restaurant, same as Takashimaya.
Okay. Okay.
Now, one of the I think you should provide for time is to visit the Jewel at the Terminal 1 in Singapore.
Okay. I saw some footage on that. That looked fantastic. And then
Yes.
too, someone's
That
mentioned
is a place you must visit at least reserve about 2 hours before you depart.
oh good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
2 hours. I think you enjoy the inside. Very good food there as well.
Good. Also, someone saying make sure we try and go to museums. One of the main museums that you recommend might be the Hawker Centers. Is that a museum or something else?
Main museum is at Stamford Road. Hawker Center, there are so many of them really.
Okay.
But I would suggest that instead of Hawker Center, visit the food court, which is much more comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm so sorry
Right.
there's no fireworks display.
There's no
Fireworks
what?
are all controlled in Singapore. Somebody asked, I think, Conrad, are there any public display like fireworks or nightly light show?
Okay. Yeah. No. Too many people.
Although I'm not too sure during the convention whether the Singapore Tourist Promotion Board will be doing something different for all the visiting Rotarians.
Yeah, with 25,000 of us there. And then if we need to take medications or vitamins with us and stuff, is that okay to just bring in, or we need some kind of a note from a doctor in case we get questions, or is that anything we need to be concerned about?
No, you don't have to be concerned. As far as
Okay.
personal medication is concerned, you just bring your medication.
Okay.
There are a lot of pharmacies in Singapore, so if you are really short, just any shopping centers, there are pharmacies all in most of the in the pharmacies as well.
Okay, good. Okay. Any more questions? You can raise your hand and if you want to ask it too, instead of typing it on the chat room.
Hey, Nancy, are we going to
Yes.
decide on the food for Sunday night? Are we going to take a vote?
You know what, and I was going to bring out the menus and I didn't, and of course I don't know how to share screen anyway. So, Naomi, you're just Wonder Woman. Okay, this was our questions. we can do this type of a mixed international buffet. Okay, and so give a minute here and look at this now of what it's gonna have on it. And but I've got to have to pick, I don't think it's all of those things. I have to pick a couple of those things to be on it. And this would be the buffet style. So we have this as one choice to international food, or the other one was a Chinese 8-course dinner. And the hotel is apparently got a really fairly, they claim to have a fairly famous chef, although I don't know the name, but
Okay.
and that's famous for this Chinese menu. So the question is, do you want to stick to this type of Chinese menu that would be 8 courses, or do you want to go with an international type menu while we're there? For this is for Sunday night, May 26th at our district dinner. Okay. I don't know how we take a vote. Anybody want to voice an opinion?
We could do show of hands. So who wants international, raise your hand, and then who wants Chinese, raise your hand. So international.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Four.
Why don't you ask for both?
Oh,
2, 3,
okay,
4.
and
5.
Chinese. Who wants Chinese?
We got more people on the other screen too. Okay, Chinese. Oh God, it's about the same. 5. Got about 5 of each just raising their hand. A lot of people didn't raise their hand. So Naomi and I will arm wrestle it off. Okay. I think we're gonna have the option to do so much fantastic food. Probably won't matter. We'll have so many different options. Okay. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Since nobody seems to be too opinionated, we'll figure it out. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think I forgot to talk about the House of Friendship. Of course, the House of Friendship is under the HOC,
Okay.
other than the exhibitors. But there is a quite an exciting place to be there already, the House of Friendship. So we are
They're
also
always
curating a lot
fantastic.
of Singapore. We're also curating a lot of the Singapore merchandise,
Uh-huh.
that you can bring back, Singapore food in packet form. The
Okay.
famous Singapore sling will also be available.
Bring that back by the gallon, I guess.
Quite,
Yeah.
quite. I have a question. Regarding, you were talking earlier about the hospitality registration that started, and you folks are limiting it to 3,000 people, and it's decentralized to various
Yes.
different venues. I used my phone and went to the site, and it talks about it, and it allows you to sign up and pay. But then there's a language paragraph that says, you will be informed. We won't know now which venue we're gonna be assigned to until later.
Okay.
You will be allocated to the venue. So to your recommendation of us all, in our group selecting the same venue, I don't know when that option will come up. You know what I mean?
Okay, good point. Let me check it out.
Okay.
Let me check it out.
For those who
Uh,
don't know that what it is you get to go in some of the areas, people went to private homes and stuff, and it might only be, 8 Rotarians from around the world go to another Rotarian's private homes, right, in the past in different locations. So host hospitality is handled different ways, but it's it's part of the program, but it's definitely unique, and it's limited on how many people can participate. So, and it's apparently everyone says it's a fantastic experience to you learn something new every trip. So
yeah, of course, you meet a lot of different friends. You stay
Yeah.
at somebody's house, have dinner at somebody's house. You learn the local culture. It's a great way to meet with people, really.
right. So why don't you find out if it's something we could do as a not that we'd all want to do the same thing anyway. It may be work out that we'd all want to be just leave it up to fate as whose house we have dinner or what location we go to, so.
Okay.
Okay, and then you
That's
gotta
the
be
fun
careful
part.
too, there's gonna be, that's the fun part, right, the unknown. Also, too, you know, I know that people are waiting to hear from like the different fellowships, like the wine fellowship, when are they gonna be doing things or something? I went last year in Melbourne to a couple of wine dinners that were very good. So there's be a lot of those kind of options coming up too. So try not to book yourself to too many rich, expensive dinners for the same night, okay?
Well, Liz,
Yeah.
Liz, do you know Liz? Because they said they were gonna do 2. Okay, Liz isn't there, but Liz got
Okay.
the.
No,
inside
I
scoop.
am here. I don't know yet. Conrad said he would let me know as soon as they'd made a decision. The local Rotarians in Singapore are working on putting it together. And as of last week, he still didn't have an answer for me. So,
Okay, soon as we
Yeah.
hear, we'll spread it among ourselves there again
Yeah.
there too. Okay, one more thing we wanted to look at was we got a okay, people are putting their votes on chat. Some people want all the food, both types. Okay. The shirt, we have a pop-up of the new shirt for the coming year. So if you want to pop that up, the thought would be really nice if we could go ahead and try and encourage everybody. Chances are you're such dedicated Rotarians, you're going to buy the shirt. You're going to have several shirts. I'm only bringing Rotary shirts. Why bother packing anything else? Keep it simple. So if we would all buy one of these shirts, that means we need it ahead of time. And then that way there, we could like wear it the opening session and different times we could try and all wear our shirt together and really show up. I know that having been there at other years, man, some of these countries and districts, they are really organized and really dressed and stuff. So just an idea, if we could go ahead and if you try and encourage buying this shirt, and it's a polo type shirt, the fantastic, and I must, Ted, do you want to tell us, is it a similar fabric to the fabric this year that shows the pukas when you put your pins through it or not? Okay. I don't know. Ted or Rick, you know what kind of fabric that is? It doesn't matter. I'm buying them anyway. So we can buy our shirts, bring our shirts, and try and wear our shirts at like at least the opening session and maybe some of the other times. So just a suggestion if you can. Because again, such a shirt's going to be so comfortable, especially in the humidity, to not be trying to do something more formal.
Yes. Correct. So dress easy.
Yeah. So
You
Kwai,
move
I'll get you a
around,
shirt. What size are you? You let me know. I'm gonna buy you your shirt so you can look Hawaiian.
Thank
Okay.
you. I have too many Rotary shirts. You know what I'm wearing is also a Rotary shirt. You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm getting my own collection going.
We have also designed, specially designed. We have special designer to design some Rotary shirts with the convention logo.
Okay.
So you can pick it up from our HOC booth.
Okay.
I
See,
also limited
sure.
edition anyway, so you'll probably not be making 10,000. I think we are also very conservative. We are probably making about 3,000. Is made out of Singapore, make it Indonesia. I think probably shipping into Singapore in early March. They need a bit of time to finalize it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, if we see that come up on the websites, and we'll let everybody know to get, if they want to have a convention shirt, to get that ordered. And as soon as you arrive, you can go to the HOC booth and pick it up in the House of Friendship, I'm sure.
Sorry, Nancy, we are not allowed to sell online.
Oh, okay. So we'll
It's
be
only
there.
available from 25th to 29th.
Oh, soon as you get there, go.
So you
go
better come
grab
early
your
if you want to
shirt.
buy one.
Okay.
I can definitely send you a picture of that, but I can't transact it much as I like to. If I am allowed to, to sell it online, I will probably starting early January, so everybody can just pick up the shirts when they arrive there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll work on that though. I'm sure you'll sell out, so not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
so-
anytime you guys need anything, just reach out to me. I'll be very happy to help because you know, as part of our duty, we try to, you know, let everybody have a chance to ask the question that they want to. I think New York has done a good job.
Okay,
When
yeah.
we met, I think she was a bit exciting, you know, about the whole convention that your whole district is coming in, you know, in good force, huh? So
Yes.
you will be around what, 70 people?
Yeah, I think so. We've got about 60 Rotarians have already signed up. And so I think, and that, then there, we already know there's more coming that, you know, aren't like spouses might not, they're going to go sightseeing and shopping, you know?
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
we're going to have, and so hopefully when we have our District 5000 dinner on Sunday, the 26th at the Holiday Inn atrium, that's very close. That's where somebody asked, it's at the atrium, which is very close in the waterfront district there. So when all that information will be given out to you, and we'll figure out if we're international or Chinese. And we'll also be asking people to RSVP, so we know, because we have to give the hotel a count, and I certainly don't want to pay for 10 or 15 dinners for people that don't arrive. So if you put your money
I think
where your mouth is, you can tell.
one last advice is don't try to load up your program with so many, you know, dinners and lunches, you know. Try to spread it out. I think the best is to spread it out either before or after the convention, because during the convention you want to attend some of the sessions.
Yes.
So try to take it easy, especially some with a time change. It can be hard to adapt.
Yes, and that's, see, I'm already planning on coming 3 days, I think, early, and leaving a couple of days later, and I haven't planned anything outside of that, outside of Singapore, with the idea that I could do my Singapore sightseeing in those days and go eat everywhere in town during those days and what have you, before and after. So yeah, because it sounds like Singapore could keep you busy for a week or two and never leave Singapore, you know, let alone do other countries. So lots to do. Any more questions while we've got these experts on board with us?
So Nancy,
Just reach out to me anytime.
okay.
Okay, thank you. We'll try and do it.
Kwai,
Yes.
if you have more HOC events, please let us know. But I want to show everybody the map of the hotel. So our hotel is this one, the Grand Copthorne. Okay, and then
Yes.
the one that we're having this dinner is the Holiday Inn, is right across. So this is the Holiday Inn atrium. So it's right across the big streets, it's close by. But our hotel is sold out. Okay, so good thing we have our 25 rooms. This
Wow.
Singapore atrium though has rooms. So if
Okay.
people are still looking for a room, go there on the RI website. It has all of the ones that still have rooms.
Okay. Wow, we just found
Right.
that out, because that I told Naomi this morning, see what you can find out, because people are asking me. Ooh, wow. Okay. Well, good thing we got
Yeah,
those,
I think hotel is a big problem here.
and they're gonna get
Singapore
tighter.
Yeah, Singapore has only about what, 7,000 to 8,000 rooms. So you'll be a mad rush.
Yeah.
I mean, of
that's
course, you have
tight.
other. We don't have A and B here. Of course, you have some of those private service apartments. So I think altogether, it should be able to meet the needs of all the delegates. That's why I say anybody I meet, I say whatever it is, book your hotel first. Even when I was in Melbourne, law inquiry said whatever you do, you want to come, book the hotel first.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
everybody I'm seeing on board here has got their rooms through, because we're also trying to make sure we know where everybody else is staying. A lot of people got vacation rentals and bed and breakfasts and at different hotels. So we're kind of spread out, but we got at least 25 rooms at the main hotel there. And then that Holiday Inn atrium would be excellent. So I'll try and find out information, and I can get that information to everybody that asks from here on out to go in and try and because that's such a great location. It's nice. I liked it when I was in Houston 2 years ago, to be able to go downstairs in the morning and meet with other Rotarians during the free breakfast and stuff. And sometimes, you know, go to the House of Friendship and to the center and everything with, you know, our fellow Rotarians and stuff. So I found it comforting to know I wasn't alone. So, and I will try, and also when we're there at the when we get together for the opening ceremonies and the big at the big stadium, that I'll try and have I've got some Hawaii flags. I have some, Naomi has some, and we'll bring flags from Hawaii, and we'll try and find a place that will try and centralize sit, that everybody can find us each time. Doesn't mean you have to sit with us, but that way there you can kind of find where you might want to find other people from Hawaii, from District 5000 in that general vicinity. So, because those places get big and full. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially the stadium. So like I said again, you know, those who are not, mobility is not so good, just go to the RI and tell them that you know, you don't want to go down to the stairs at the, you know, at the sitting area. So there in the National Stadium, there are provisions for people who are on wheelchairs or not so mobile.
Okay.
Okay, just take note. I mean, be very mindful. Go home fit, and you know, come to the convention fit, and don't go home in a stretcher.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, be very mindful. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If not, then I'm happy to meet with you, all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank
My
you.
pleasure, greatest pleasure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks.
And
You.
Thank
yeah.
you, Kai.
When are you home again?
I'm coming over for Chinese New Year.
Okay. You make sure you call us. We will invite you to our club dinner.
Okay.
All
I look
right.
forward to that. Thank you.
With your husband?
No, I'm coming alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Next,
Sure.
but
We
he'll be.
will book you for the Chinese New Year dinner, our club dinner.
There you
thank
go.
you so much. Thank
Good.
you. Look forward to it.
Yeah, most
Thank you
And
so much
thank
for your
you,
help.
you Yoke Pairing, for your help always. And we'll have a lot of resources. So all of you who are on this Zoom now, make sure you let us know what your questions are. And if others are thinking about going, that was one of the big push. Make sure everybody you know in your club that the registration rate right now is $500. It's gonna, on December 15th, it goes up to $595. It is only $50 to cancel. So if you or somebody is thinking about coming, it's economically a smart choice to sign up for 500 and cancel for 50 than to wait till after December 15th and have to sign up for 595. And it'll go up again after the new year. So sign up now. Just as the math problem, people, mathematically sign up now. Okay. Then you'll get more hooked on coming.
Actually, when you look at you know, the convention, the registration is the smallest of all the costs, you know.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Registration is so small for all that you get.
It's so small.
Yes.
So no need to think, really, just register. Serious. Just
Yeah.
register, and then you know you are booked. And then next thing is you got the air tickets. That's all. Air ticket and hotel.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The hotel, of course, airfare, but you know, that's what it's all about. So, okay. And I want to thank Naomi for always helping me with putting all this together and working so hard, getting our rooms figured out again. So now we know. I'll check out Holiday Inn Atrium. I've got honey, they got some of my money already for that reserving that big room. So I'll check with my folks there and get in and see what's going on with that and with RI, you know. So at this point, sometimes you might get a room directly on your own, as opposed to going, I don't know what those rates are going to be. So we'll see where those rates are and let everybody know. Okay. All right.
Good.
Thank you.
Otherwise, just reach out to me if you need help.
All right. Thank you,
is.
Kwai. Thank you so much. And I met Kwai when I was in Melbourne, and he was so helpful and stuff. So that was everybody in the hospitality suite there was just wonderfully nice and helpful. So appreciate everybody's aloha. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Cheers.
Thank you all for attending. Spread the good word.
Bye.
Bye.
Aloha.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Yeah, Naomi, leave up the site a little bit, so if anybody hasn't read the chats, I can get back to it and read them too, okay? Or we can record that too, can't you copy the chats?